All right, welcome to another Teacher Dudes halftime show. Mark, it's been a couple of weeks since we've had a chance to connect, and I almost fell asleep there in the first half.
Yeah, it was pretty sad as far as just any action.
Yeah, it was there. There wasn't much going on, which on one hand it's good because that means not a whole lot happened, but on the other hand, our offense hasn't done anything with Wilson coming back.
Yeah, he seems a little rusty. He doesn't seem like he's quite figured things out. He's a little indecisive on some of his throws. He's held the ball a little too long a couple of times and got sacked and killed the drives a few times with that.
Yeah, it's interesting because he seems hesitant, but at the same hand, he's running the ball. So I'm not sure his hesitancy is coming from his hand, as far as getting hit, but the throwing side.
Well, I think one of the things Green Bay's doing a really good job of is getting pressure right up the middle, and seems like Damian Lewis a couple of times had been pancaked.
Yeah, right at the half.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a hold, but that took him out of field goal range. But a couple of times I've seen Damian Lewis get destroyed on that inside rush, bull rush, and so Wilson's just, that's the way to get to him. If you can press him, make him move backwards a little bit, then he's going to have some trouble.
Yeah, for sure. And really quick, want to touch on something. There was breaking news out of Montlake today as Jimmy Lake has been fired from UW. And this is the first time that I can remember, unless I'm just not remembering things right, where both UW and WSU do not have head coaches.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much. One was kind of a choice, and the other one was kind of your team wasn't playing well.
Right. Yeah. One. Yeah, with Rolovich, just he chose not to get the vaccine, so it was one of those deals that his choice in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Lake, reading some of the reports, I guess things have been going on behind the scenes for weeks, if not months, to get him out because they weren't liking what's going on.
I think he was rubbing people a little bit the wrong way there.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't know about his future as a head football coach. I think he has some potential still as a defensive coordinator, but I don't know if he's head football coach quality or not.
I wouldn't hire him as a head coach. He's a coordinator. I mean, he absolutely owned Mike Leach for years, so
yeah.
But really quickly, let's look around the NFL here. Again, we're at halftime. Seattle in Green Bay. They are down 3-0. The early games today, the Cowboys absolutely destroyed the Falcons 43-3. Titans over the Saints 23-21. The Colts took care of business, no surprise, against the Jaguars 23-17. Patriots killed the Browns 45-7. Bills destroyed the Jets 45-17. The Buccaneers losing to Washington 29-19. In our Sue Law shout out of the week, the Lions and the Steelers tied.
Yeah.
So we will not have a 17-loss team this year. So the Lions escape with a tie, which I'm sure they're feeling like they won the Super Bowl out there. And then in the games that are currently going on at halftime, Eagles are up 20-10 over the Broncos. The Vikings are up 13-10 over the Chargers, and then Scam Newton is back and already has 2 touchdowns, one rushing and one passing for the Panthers, as they are giving it to the Cardinals right now, 23-0 down in Phoenix. And Mark, as I kind of wrap back to the Seahawks game, there's one stat that I'm going to go with that is glaring as to what might be an issue for the Seahawks, and that's time of possession.
Yep, I knew you were going to say that.
Yes. Yep. Currently, it is 20 minutes for the Packers to 9:46 for the Seahawks. So that's not going to get much offensive output when you can't hold on to the ball like that.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm underwhelmed by their rushing attack, but it's not like they've been they haven't been somewhat successful. It's not like they've broken anything off, but it's not like they're getting stuffed at the line. I'm surprised that they haven't run the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, and they've had a couple of decent rushes, though.
Yeah. So
looking at it, I mean, they've had 7 rushes for 34 yards total. They just haven't ran it enough. So I mean, they're averaging 4.9 yards per rush.
Yeah, and I think Green Bay's just sitting back and playing a too deep safety, and their defensive line is getting enough pressure on us that Wilson isn't really having a chance to throw it. So I think they're going to have to get at least one of those safeties to move up a bit, so Wilson has a little bit more option, or they got to get a little bit more creative. Maybe go to the screen game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
Screen game. Yeah, I don't understand how Green Bay can be so good at that screen game, and we can't do that.
It's interesting to see what happens, or what they do.
Yeah,
and one of the things that I sit there and think about in this game in particular is looking at Aaron Rodgers has 160 yards passing. He's 14 of 23, but yet they're not able to get much done, only up by 3.
Well, the defense, I think, is doing pretty well at coming up with some big plays. I felt like they've actually had pretty good pressure on Rodgers. Seems like the only time we've really struggled we gave up that one big play at the beginning, but it's that screen game that's killing us offensively. And but
right.
Rodgers isn't really having too much more success on the outside. I think our corners are holding up pretty well. And our safeties are playing really well today. So I think, if we can just keep on doing what we're doing and limit what damage Rodgers can do, as long as we could pull out some offense, I think we have a good shot at winning this game.
Yeah, so as I look over the shoulder, they're about ready to kick off the second half. So what is your prediction sure to go wrong here in the second half?
My prediction is that Pete Carroll will throw a challenge flag on something that is completely not able to be won, and the Seahawks will lose the game because they run out of timeouts.
Now, that's only, if he can find the challenge flag, though, right?
Yeah, he's trying to throw his phone out. I thought they couldn't have phones on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think it was a hand warmer, from what they were saying, electronic hand warmer. But anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us. We will be back post-game. The Seahawks do have the ball at the 25 as they just kicked it into the end zone, and we will see you all later.